Hey Libra, what's up? We are here with your reading, what you need to know for January. The first card that we have out is Eight of Wands and 10 of Pentacles and 2 of Swords. With Eight of Wands and 10 of Pentacles, it shows you going into a time where you can feel actually quite secure. It can be a time where goals are achieved or stability is achieved or just something that you've been working towards ends up being there, ends up being accomplished. This can be something big. This can be something important that comes to fruition. We also do have the Two of Swords, which can highlight an important choice coming up. This also shows in January you moving into a time of stability, where things can feel more grounded. Okay. We have Two of Swords and we have 10 of Swords. This can mean that a choice needs to be made, but it can feel... I feel like this isn't maybe a simple thing or it isn't an easy thing. There's something about this that maybe feels pressing. There can be a lot of social weight and social pressure as well. When we have Three of Cups, generally it's supposed to be a time where we feel that things are coming together socially in a way that feels good. But when we have 10 of Wands, it can show that there are other things that are going on, other things that we have to do, other things that we have to tend to, which doesn't allow us to fully feel present in the way that we want to. So it can mean that maybe there are some things going on that if you didn't have all this stuff to do, you would enjoy. However, because you can feel some type of social pressure here, and this can be stress in general too, it can feel difficult to connect. Some of you, you may even be stepping away from a relationship because it's too stressful. Okay, so this can be a relationship that you step away from. This can be a family situation that you step away from. This can be something that you don't want to repeat again, because Three of Cups can maybe be like an event that you go to, but then having that Eight of Cups there, it can be something where you did it, it's over, and you may look at that and say, I don't want to repeat something like that again. It can be a social shift that you are making too. Like if you're part of maybe a certain club, maybe you feel understood within that, or you have a good time sometimes, and also too, maybe it just feels overburdening for you and you want to find something that maybe feels less stressful. So that can also be something that you're doing too. It feels like a bittersweet energy with the Eight of Cups, because it's not like it's only the 10 of Wands that you'd be walking away from, which means it's not only something that you look at and you're like, no, 100% stressful, I want nothing to do with it. This is more so something where it can feel like it's too much, and also there can be aspects of it that you enjoy, and at the same time you can feel like it's just too high of a price to be paying. And what you can be focused on right now is things calming down, and you can be focusing on your peace. So there can be, maybe it feels like either less socializing that you're doing, or it can be less socializing with certain people or groups of people that you're going to be doing. And it can also be migrating socially, having some sort of social migration where there may be like new situations that you're going to be getting into. Whatever it is, you can feel like this allows you to move forward as well, and allows you to reclaim your energy here in a way that you would like to. And it feels to this sense of, I'm moving in a direction that I want to be moving in, and I'm not sticking around within something that I don't want to be a part of anymore, or that isn't really providing me with what it's supposed to be providing me with. This isn't one of those times where it's a sure thing as far as what you do, because we have that Two of Swords. You get to choose if that's what you do or not. It's not like it's gonna happen regardless. I'm seeing you get more on track in a way that you want to be too. I feel like the first week of January is going to feel really long for you guys. Then after that, it can feel more focused on what you're doing and what's ahead. Okay, now I'm seeing. Make sure that you are not putting too much on your plate. Make sure that you're not taking on too much, because this feels like this goes beyond just the stuff that you want to be doing. And it feels like putting too much on your plate. I think too much to be tending to in a way that it feels normal for you to be doing this amount of stuff. You can also feel like there's a lack of support too. Something really stressful can be going on socially as well. I wonder too if this is a tendency that you're connecting with, that you're maybe becoming more aware of you to put too much on your plate. It's not that you can't, it's never with the Ten of Wands that you can't do it. It's just that it looks like with the Ten of Wands and the Seven of Swords, this can be more so like, I'm not practicing boundaries, and that's why I'm so stressed out. I said yes to this, this, and that, and I only wanted to do 2 of those things, but I said yes to everything. Feels like one of these times. So it's not with the Ten of Wands like you want to be doing all of these things. This feels like something where there may not be boundaries. And there can also be something that feels stressful, I think socially too. I feel like that's part of it as well. And make sure too that you are being upfront about what it is that you want, because I wonder if this Ten of Wands comes from you not being transparent about what it is that you want, or trying to maybe people please a little bit here and not being direct about what you want and what you don't want, and then taking on more than you're meant to be taking on, and it feels like it creates too much tension to the point where it feels like not having a good time at all anymore. Even this stuff that normally you would enjoy, everything just starts to feel like too much. It can even feel like there is something that you want, but the price is very high for that, and that can be something that you're taking a closer look at too. When all is said and done, you're gonna feel like January pushes you forward in a way that you weren't before, that things do get moving, but there can be moments where it doesn't feel like that. But what I'm seeing is that ultimately everything is moving forward, and I'm seeing by the end of the month you're gonna feel like things are clarified and that things are settling down as well. Like you're moving into a place that's just gonna feel better all around. It's not gonna feel so hectic anymore. Because I am seeing you move in the direction of growth. I'm seeing you move in the direction of opportunity. And I'm seeing you be on track doing something that you want to be doing, being somewhere where you want to be, and that things are settling down and you will feel like things are moving forward. I'm also seeing too, you have what you need to create something that you want. So rather than feeling like you need to look around and find the ingredients for the recipe, I'm seeing you have all the ingredients there. It's just about what you're going to do with that. So it feels very convenient in that way. Like there are certain opportunities that are afforded to you because of what's already present within the environment, and you being able to do something that you want to do here, create something that you want to create. So let's say you have this idea in mind. I want to make this is the dinner that I want to create. I'm seeing you have all of the ingredients there to do that. There's something here that's connected with your creativity and connected with your vision. And I'm seeing you have all of the supplies that you need in order to do that. So that's one thing that I'm seeing be going on here. So it feels very much like something matches the vision, like the opportunity matches this vision that you have. The supplies that you need matches this vision that you have to be able to create it. So you're not looking for supplies. You have all of them here. Then I'm also seeing Queen of Swords be connected with Eight of Cups. And so this can be you going into some type of analysis, trying to figure out whether or not something is a right fit for you, especially as it is connected with whether you feel happy to stay somewhere or not, whether you feel happy with something or not, whether you feel like it sustains your well-being or not. And I do feel like this has to do with something socially that's going on. And you need to make a choice. Well, you're going to make a choice. What's coming up is that a choice is going to be made about ultimately what you want. And it can be the difference between staying within something and leaving. Don't avoid something just because it feels stressful. That's something to remember. Mid-month, things can feel like they get to an all-time high. And at that point, you can feel your shadow energy come out, maybe wanting to do anything to get away or out from underneath having to deal with this. You don't have to make the choice to sort of follow the shadow, because I kind of feel like this will be something that takes you backwards. Mid-month, something is going to feel like it's beginning to boil over, or it's like right at that point where it's about to boil over. This is when you're going to feel most triggered, but it can be difficult to see that that's what's going on because it feels like this shadow popping up in kind of a strange way. And it will be popping up, encouraging you to sort of like undermine what's going on, because I feel like with the Ten of Wands, it's saying something important, and if you can face this and deal with it, that things really can move forward. But there may be a part of you that wants to try to... Ten of Wands is feeling like a consequence to me, and there may be a way for you to avoid some type of consequence here, just because that can feel like, like I can get away from this and not have to deal with it. But at the same time, I feel like if you actually address this, everything gets better because of it. Everything is better for it, versus maybe avoiding this and coming back to this place again when you don't have to do that. So you're going into a situation, by mid-month, this is going to be coming to fruition, where you come face to face with your shadow. And it is a time when you can bring understanding to a part of yourself that was not there before, and then everything moves forward and everything settles down after that. I feel like this is a part of you that there may not be full total awareness of, and what it's doing is actually undermining what you truly want in your heart of hearts. And it feels too like it would be taking away or undermining an opportunity for you to participate in something that you want. And you're going to have to keep a close eye on this aspect of your energy. It feels like if you can remain mindful and deliberate as you move through this, you are going to grow and you are going to learn. Something feels like it builds pressure, and it feels very, very apparent by mid-month. There can be a part of you that wants to avoid addressing this, that wants to avoid dealing with this, but because it's the Seven of Swords, it can be this way where like we don't realize that that's what we're doing. So you have to be mindful moving through this. You're gonna see it, and then you're gonna be able to move forward at that point. But it can be something where there can be a part of you that's like, no, this is too stressful, and then you sort of go into this unconscious energy where it finds a way to sort of get out of having to deal with this. However, if you are willing to confront it, everything is going to calm down after that point. This can be something that you want to dismiss, that you may want to look the other way about. I feel like the level of stress that you feel mid-month, you don't have to experience that again. If you avoid it, it feels like you will experience it again. If you get to the bottom of this, it feels like everything settles down after that point. Like this is the last time you have to deal with something like this. And there's something very important about your self-trust and honesty with yourself too. Because this feels like something that your shadow is sort of manifesting, that then you have to deal with that. And this really, all you have to do in order to disarm this, in order to take the power away from the shadow, is just bring awareness to it. That's it. And at that point, things really will settle down. And what I'm seeing too is that it does look like you're going to be moving in the direction of an opportunity that looks more promising to you. Because I'm seeing some big goals that you have here which very much look possible. I think just for the overall feel within your life. And figuring out, again, this quality of, is this working, or would I be better off exploring? What do I want? And connecting with the part of yourself that very much is capable of working through this emotionally in a grounded way, where you don't feel like you're going to topple over because of this. It is something that feels like a lot to deal with, and at the same time, I'm seeing you be capable of moving through this. It's just a matter of connecting with that part of yourself that knows how to handle something like this. Ten of Wands can also come from you not calling something out too. That this feeling of things building can come from you not trusting yourself, from you not calling something out that you need to call out. And something that it feels like you can't ignore it, you have to deal with it now. Well, you'll be better off for it if you do. It will benefit you to do that. And then you won't have to deal with this again. But I do feel like whatever this is, it's getting in the way of what you truly want, and it can really be stopping things. And you can feel like you're not progressing where you want to be progressing because of this. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.